Good morning to you all. Today we will be learning about a poem, The Soul's Prayer by Sarojini Naidu. Okay, now let's learn about the poet. As we all know, Sarojini Naidu was born on 1879 and died in 1949. Okay, she was the famous freedom fighter and a poet. Okay, she was one of the great orator of her time and was famously known as Nightingale of India. Okay, Sarojini Naidu was the first Indian woman to become the president of the Indian National Congress and the governor of the Indian state. Okay, her collection of poems include The Golden Threshold, The Bird of Time, and The Broken Wings. Okay, then the main theme of the poem, okay, is the poet aspiration for the universal truth. Okay, now accordingly, the poem opens with the poet's collection of her childhood prayers. So let me read out the first stanza first. In childhood's pride, I said to thee, O thou who madest me of thy breath, speak, Master, and reveal to me thine inmost laws of life and death. Okay, in the first stanza, the poet says that in childhood pride. Okay, in childhood pride. So the poet still, when she was a child and she was proud that she was made by God, he asked the master. Okay, he asked the master, the maker. Okay, O thou who makes me of thy breath. Okay, so she was aware that she was made by the breath of a God. Okay, and then she is asking, okay, speak, Master, okay, and reveal to me thine inmost, okay, laws of life and death. So, right from her childhood, the poet wants to understand, okay, about the universal truth, about the ways of life and death of mankind. Okay, and in order to have the wisdom about its universal truth, the poet she asks, okay, as we can see in the second stanza, okay, give me to drink each joy and pain which thine eternal hand can make, for my insatiate soul would train, earth outmost bitter, outmost sweet. Okay, now here, give me to drink each joy and pain. Okay, so she is not only asking for all the joy, okay, of life, but also about the pain, okay, which thine eternal hand can meet, right? So she accept, okay, she knows that their joy and pain, it is disturbing, it is allotting even by a God. So for my insatiate soul, okay, insatiate soul means unsatisfied soul, okay, because she wants to learn, okay, she wants to learn, she wants to have the knowledge, okay, understanding about the wisdom, about God's ways. For my insatiate soul, okay, would train, okay, earth outmost bitter, outmost sweet. So in order to have overall wisdom about the God, okay, ways, she could even train, could even have the experience both about the bitter and by the sweet experience. Okay, now here the poet knows that the wisdom of the universal truth, it can be achieved. Okay, one can have the overall experiences of life, that is both about the joy and about the painful life. Therefore, in order to have the overall experiences about the universal truth, I hope it's clear for you. Now the third stanza. Spare me no bliss, no pang of strife, withhold no gift or grief I crave, the intricate lore of love and life, and mystic knowledge of the grave. So here in the third stanza, the poet says that spare me no bliss, okay, no pang of strife. So she is asking from God that she should experience every aspect of life, okay, withhold no a gift or crave. I crave, right? So the poet she even craved for the gift and also for the gift that God would have given her. Okay, the intricate lore of love, okay, and life. So all the intricate lore mean complex traditional knowledge or traditional oral source of knowledge and wisdom. Okay, so she's asking for the intricate lore, that traditional oral sources of understanding about love and life. Okay, and mystic knowledge of the grave. Okay, so the grave, it is all about the mystic being one to understand the knowledge about death, about a grave. Okay, now the fourth stanza. Lord, thou didst answer stern and low, child, I will hearken to thy prayer, and thy unconquered soul shall know all passionate rapture and despair. So in the fourth stanza, the boy says that indeed Lord have answered to her prayer. She says, Lord, okay, though these answers stern and low. God says, Jael, I will hearken to the prayer. Okay, I will hearken to thy prayer. Hearken means I will listen to your prayer and thy unconquered soul. Okay, so her soul is unconquered because she did not feel here any strife or any conflict or any pain suffering that mankind would ever witness. Okay, and she is asking for both the joy and the pain, so she was unconquered. Okay, she was determined. Okay, she was strong willed to learn about the universal truth. Okay, that only God can give her. Okay, and thy unconquered soul shall know. Okay, all passionate rapture and despair. So according to her prayer, he will answer God and will, okay, and will her understanding. Okay, God will give her the knowledge, okay, the wisdom about all the rapture, about all the happiness, about all the great happiness, and about all the despair of mankind, and about this life. Okay, so now the fifth stanza. Thou shalt drink deep of joy and fame, and love shall burn thee like a fire, and pain shall cleanse thee like a flame, to purge the dross from thy desire. Okay, so in the fifth stanza, okay, Godfather says that thou shalt drink deep joy and fame, and love shall burn thee like a fire. So in everything God asks, okay, will in everything God teaches, she will be given love, and out of love she will burn. Okay, she will burn like a fire, and Ben shall cleanse thee like a flame. So the Ben, it will purify her soul, it will purify her mind, and it will cleanse like a flame. Okay, to purge the dross. Okay, thy desire. So whatever limitation or drawbacks or whatever very poor quality of desire she has, it will be purged or it will be purified by God. Now next stanza, that is 6. So shall thy chastened spirit yearn to seek from its blind prayer release and spend and pardon, so to learn the simple secret of my peace. Okay, in this sixth stanza, God Father says that so shall thy chastened spirit of yearn. Okay, that means chasten here. Okay, chasten means here humble. So the poet humbles herself towards God in order to understand the universal truth of God and about the ways of life. Okay, her spirit has yearned or reeks to have the universal truth which God will bestow upon her. And then she said, to seek from the blind. Okay, to seek from the blind prayer release. Her prayer is like a blind prayer, or she actually don't know what she is actually asking from the God. Okay, and for that God has pardoned her, but out of humbleness, she has asked the just way of understanding the universal truth from God. And because she has asked, she is sure to learn the simple secret of God peace. Okay, God will give her the wisdom of understanding the simple secret of God peace. Okay, and now the last stanza, that is seventh. I, bending from my sevenfold height, will teach thee of my quickening grace. Life is a prism of my light, and death the shadow of my face. So, in the last stanza, God promises the poet that God will bend her from the sevenfold height, because the poet has humbled towards God in order to understand the ways of God and about the universal truth of life and death. Therefore, God will also bend Himself to answer her prayer. Okay, will teach thee of my quickening grace. Okay, that means how graceful God is. And then God says that life is a prism of my light, and that the shadow of my face. Means God has answered the poet's prayer in the last two line. So these two line is a metaphorical statement. Okay, God says that life is a prism, so God has compared life to a prism, and God Himself as alive, as we all know that light passes through our prism. Okay, it gives several multiple colors of light. So similarly, the same light that comes from God, okay, it is in a several dimension as well. Okay, all know God's ways are always just and in a several ways, and that is the shadow of God's face. Okay, it is God who gives life, and it is God who also takes life. Therefore, that is nothing but the shadow of God's face. That's the soul prayer, okay, by Sarojini Naidu. Is a lyrics, and it has a spiritual theme. Okay, the soul prayer narrates the poet's imaginary conversation with God as she pleaded God, and the God replied to her prayer, which follows in latter half of the poem. And the poet is an authentic expression of the author's yearning for universal truth relating to love and that separation and longing, and about the mystery of life. Okay, so today we have concisely learned about the Soul's Prayer by Sarojini Naidu.